Hey everyone, today I'm going to be sharing my experience with Overtone with you guys. Before we get on with this video, press the subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification to be notified whenever I post a video, and let's just get right on into this. So I have used Overtone 3 times and they were all at the end of last year. Last year I had really blonde hair and I went silver in September. Silver is one of those colors that just does not stick for a long time and it'll eventually fade to like white. So once it faded, instead of going back to my hairstylist because it's so expensive, I decided to give Overtone a try. I purchased the pastel silver from Overtone and it worked really great. The silver from Overtone actually lasted in my hair longer than the silver that my hairdresser put in. Here's a picture of right after I put the silver in. Because I did get the pastel silver, it wasn't anything extreme, but it wasn't white like it was before. It's now more like ashy blonde silver. So I only use the silver once, so I don't have much to say on like over time if you like layer it. But I do recommend the silver. It did not do any damage to my hair. It made my hair feel really good. It washed out, which I think is a good thing because sometimes you just don't want permanent color, you know? Because I really liked Overtone for my silver hair, I decided to go with them again for going brown. The color I got is the golden brown, and initially at first, right after dyeing, it came out perfect. It was basically my natural hair color. My hair felt great and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I want. But then, let me tell you, keep in mind that I use this hair dye over bleached hair. So fading was definitely going to be more dramatic than if it was on unbleached hair. But not even like 2 washes after I first applied it, it just literally turned red. Now don't get me wrong, redheads are so cute, but I just did not want that. I wanted brown. And so me being dumb, I decided to use Overtone in my hair again, but I used a darker color because in my head I was like, well, if the lightest brown fades to a red, then 1 shade darker will fade to the lightest brown. Yeah, no, it didn't work that way. So the second time I used chocolate brown. Just like when I used the golden brown on my hair, initially after doing it, my hair looked great. It was definitely darker than my natural color, but I was loving it. But after 2 washes again, it turned red. But it was even more vibrantly red than when I used the golden brown and that faded. So at this point, I realized maybe Overtone is bad news. But keep in mind, I had a great experience with the silver, so not all colors are bad. But the brown, I wouldn't do it. It was time for me to see a hairdresser. And when I went to the hairdresser, they saw my hair and they were like, girl, what did you do? And I was like, well, I tried to dye my hair using brown Overtone. They're like, but this isn't brown. I was like, yeah, I know. And that's why I need help. So as a great hairdresser does, they do a test strand of my hair to see if I can bleach it, because at this point I was like, you know what, I want to go back to blonde because blonde is who I am. I should have never tried to go back to brown, but that's where I was at. So she first tried doing a color remover because there were a lot of red pigments in my hair and it's really hard to bleach out red, so she wanted to see if she can get those out with a color remover. And as the color remover was on my hair, she was like, this is just getting worse. It got even more and more and more bright red. I wish I had pictures to show that, but I'm one of those people that's like really shy to be on their phone at a hair place because I was alone, so I didn't really get any pictures of the process. So she used the color remover twice just to make sure that she could get out whatever she needed to get out. And the color of my hair at that point was just horrendous. It was terrible. And again, I don't have pictures, but I'll insert this here to kind of show you what shade it was at. So she ended up asking some other hairdressers in her studio what they think I should do. And they definitely all agreed, bleaching is horrible, it'll ruin my hair. And they were right, it definitely would have been a bad choice. So as I was there, because technically I was only there for a 15-minute consultation, and it had been 3 hours at this point. So because I didn't have a full appointment, the best that she could do was put a very strong toner with green tones in it to counteract the red in my hair for the time being. And it definitely was better after she put in those toners, but it's still just, it was kind of green at this point, and so I was like, oh my god, like what am I gonna do? So at this point I only had the option to go darker, which is where I'm still at now. I really do enjoy my hair dark, but again, like I said, I think blonde is more me. So right now my hair is 3 different colors, and I will show you what's going on. So right here we have about 4 different layers of brown dyes, because I dyed it about 4 times since that incident brown. And then here up we got my natural roots, and you're probably like, why aren't you gonna fix your roots? They look really bad. And I want to be blonde again, so I just kind of have to go through this ugly hair phase to do that, because if you don't know, bleaching over box dye, it just doesn't really work. So I just kind of have to wait for my natural hair to come in. And then underneath, I tried bleaching it, which was dumb, but also I'm very surprised that my hair didn't fall out. I bleached this probably 6 times, and you can just tell that that's not blonde. Like, that is gross. That is disgusting. It's just not cute. So my hair is kind of a tragedy, but you know, it's just hair, it's fine. So that concludes my experience with Overtone and after Overtone. I hope that this video helped you make a decision if you want to use Overtone as a product. I think that they're a great company, and I know a lot of people love them. So my experience does not define what could happen to your hair. It could be completely different, but something in their brown dyes just has a lot of red in it, and it just did not work for me. My hair just only took the red, it seemed. If you have any more questions on Overtone, just leave them in the comment section below. I would be glad to answer with whatever I can. And thanks for sticking around. Happy holidays, and please stay safe and wear your mask.